After completing our road trip to eastern Colombia, we spent a few days in Bogotá getting Reggie and ourselves ready to hit the road. We also met up with Andres at his Passion 4x4 adventure workshop, and he helped us plan out a couple routes for leaving Bogotá. The Nevado de Ruiz volcano in Tolima, Colombia, has erupted several times in the past 300 years. After the last eruption in 1845, people started to grow cotton and rice in the fertile river valleys, and the town of Armero was founded in 1895 at the confluence of two rivers fed by the volcano's glaciers. On 13 November 1985, the volcano erupted, causing the glaciers to melt, which sent 4 enormous lahars into the rivers and down the valleys, moving it up to 30 miles per hour. One lahar hit Armero in 3 pulses, the first racing at 39 feet per second, with a bulk height of 100 feet. This lahar lasted almost 2 hours, at which point 85% of the town was enveloped in mud and debris. The result? 20,000 of the town's 29,000 inhabitants perished, and many bodies were never found. This eruption turned out to be the second deadliest volcanic disaster of the 20th century, after Mount Pelée, and still remains Colombia's deadliest natural disaster. Eight months after the tragedy, Pope John Paul II visited the site, praying at the foot of a giant concrete cross erected in the mud. Later, a statue of the Pope was created and installed at that very location to commemorate his visit. It was actually the bank vault.
Yeah.
And it survived.
Reinforced concrete, you can see it. Yeah, it's even got the little vault mini door right there.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so the bank vault survived, nothing else did.
This was where the church was. Oh, actually, this might be the floor. Yeah, it looks like they dug down and uncovered the actual floor of the church. I don't know if this was the actual altar. Yeah, I would ride a horse too if I lived here. He's ignoring this cow. He doesn't like this cow. One's hiding. He's looking back the way that the guys came. He ran it here to hide. Early in the afternoon, we found a spot in a landslide area where somebody had created a gravel pit, and it seemed a perfect place to spend the night. Sometimes you can see it like think this was the bridge.
Yeah, something put that out.
That's really pretty. Look how tall this waterfall is. It's interesting because it's kind of desolate but pretty at the same time. There's so many flowers, but there's so much destruction.
Well, yeah, it all got gouged out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Today, we were brought lunch from the caretakers that live here. They made us actually a pretty amazing, huge amount of food. Big, awesome lunch too. And there's fish and arepas and French fries. Soup that's really good. It's got a lot of spices and it's really good. So now we're sitting down to eat it at the fancy coffee farm. It's awesome.
stop was Jardín, a little Andean mountain town that's famous for being full of color.
Todas tienen que comer.
Tim was especially fascinated by the doors and took endless photos. Here are some of my favorite collages. While wandering around trying to find a tourist attraction, we literally ran into Neil and Pat, a British couple overlanding the world in their Mercedes. After talking to them in our cars, we decided to stay another night, and we all walked into town and got a delicious dinner.
Okay, that's just silly looking. I'd be embarrassed if I was a horse that did that.
You're okay. Both Tim and the dog are looking up at the drone. This crazy bird either loves Reggie or really loves himself. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you join us next week when we drive the railway road made famous on Top Gear and visit Wampus.